Hello guys and welcome to the Full Droop RC channel. This is episode number 2 of the LC80 pre-runner series. In the first episode we assembled the chassis and we kinda had our first little impressions of this ALIEXPRESS I-beam chassis, so I would highly recommend you go watch that first. But today we're gonna start focusing a little bit on the body because I would like to cut off the front and the rear bumper and maybe start working on the wheel arches as well, so I can have a better understanding of how the body is going to go on the truck, so I can start designing and printing my body mounts. I want to screw this body in, so I am gonna go from the bottom, so like a rock slider type of thing. Before I do that, I need to cut off the excess parts because the front and rear bumper are most likely gonna be made in tube, solid, no, not solid rod, but steel tubing, and they're gonna be welded together because we do have quite a nice frame, so we can start inside the frame and then build our bumpers. So without further ado, we're gonna try first with this tool right here. So I'm just gonna go and hit the front bumper first, and then we're gonna move on to the rear bumper. And then if I can cut the fenders with this one as well, it's going to be better. If not, I'm gonna have to go with the Dremel. So I will catch you in a little bit and let you know. Okay, so I did try to use the cutter, this one right here, to get the bumper off. I did manage to do that. Now it's still going to need some sanding, of course, but I tried this method because I didn't want to use the Dremel like first go. I didn't want to pretty much get all the place dirty, but I think in the end this is going to be the only weapon, this is going to be the only tool needed for the job, because with this one it was so hard. It's too risky, you can cut yourself, and if you're not careful, and it doesn't really get through ABS as quickly as I thought. So without further ado, let's jump with the Dremel. As always guys, safety glasses. These are super important because if this little thingy breaks and flies into your eye, you're gonna have a bad time at the ER. Fortunately, I never experienced it, and hopefully I will never experience it. So without further ado, let's put the tool on the Dremel and let's get it cutting. Okay, so after a little bit of work, I did end up managing to cut everything that I wanted. I don't know if it's in focus or not. Good thing I had these glasses. I can't really see much, but as you can see, we did cut off pretty much all the excess that we don't need. Come on, focus. Now the next step is going to be the sanding of the cuts, and also I need to figure out a way to cut the fenders a little bit and be precise, because with the Dremel I'm afraid I'm going to have wobbly cuts, so that's not going to be very optimal. So I'm just gonna have to figure it out, but let's see how it looks on the body, on the rig, sorry. Okay, so we test fitted the body with the bumpers and the side panels cut off. As you can see, now we can see the beams. This is going to be the place where I start making my front bumper, and in the back I'm going to make the rear bumper as well. I did print already, designed and print already the rear fenders, because this is going to be the car fully compressed, so I'm going to have to mount the body like this. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to design and screw together the body with the chassis in a way that when it goes like this, it's going to be fully compressed. So this is going to be the body mounting position. I always do that for all of my projects. I always start off with a fully compressed vehicle, so I know how I want it to look when it's going to land, and also I can kind of understand a little bit better how much travel I have when it goes up. As you can see, I'm going to try and demonstrate. We're going to have quite a bit of travel. As you can see, the body is going to remain at this height, so we're going to be able to see quite a lot of travel from the truck, which I'm super stoked about, because the more travel we have, the better. And also check this out at the back, the rear fender, how she's looking. I did place it up with some scotch at the moment, so it's not really super precise, but as you can see, the tire fitment is pretty much perfect, so I'm super stoked about that. Now all I have to do is cut some of the fender, as you can see, because otherwise it's going to rub. And then I'm gonna have to design and 3D print the front fenders as well, because the rear fenders are done already. As you can see, I do have this side and the other side as well. We do have some room in the back for my rear bumper start. I'm gonna put 2 pieces of rod there and start welding from there, so this shouldn't be too hard. So without further ado, let's move on to cutting the fenders. Okay, I did end up trying and cutting the fenders with the Dremel and finishing it up a little bit with the grind wheel, like the one that's stationary, and you just kind of work it like that. And it came out decent, not nice, but I did try to maintain a little bit of an arc, and I did struggle. Oh, focus please. I did struggle a little bit, but I think in the end it should be just fine, because we are gonna be covering it up with 3D printed fenders anyways, so this is just for clearance and shouldn't look too bad once we put the fenders on. So now what's left to do is go into the program, 3D design and print the body mount. So after that, the real hard part of the project is going to start. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I did open up Fusion and I did design the piece, as you can see right here. This is like first prototype, so just printed the first version here. Now we have to get it off the bed and we have to try and mount it to the car. Okay, so I printed both of them, as you can see right here. Let's shine it into the light a little bit. It's a bit too dark, too bright, sorry. So I did mount them. They mounted perfectly first go, and they seem to kind of hold the body pretty well. Let me see if I can show you right here. So just kind of put the body in. Then I'm gonna have to make the screw holes on the body, but I'm not sure if this is going to be the final method for the body, because I was thinking maybe to do a hinge mount so the body could flip up and down, you know. This looks like it's fitting quite good for a possible full interior as well. As you can see, I can lift the body, and just without screws already the fit it's pretty tight, so we should not have too many issues on that. But I'm not really sure right now, because I think that drilling holes here could be pretty difficult, because I don't want to have the body that kind of sits sideways and looks all funky and that. So I might just go for a hinge mount. Now I have to decide if I want to build the hinge mount from metal or if I want to 3D print it. I'm gonna have to think about it. If you have any ideas on how to make it, or if you have made it yourself, please let me know down in the comments below, or shoot me a message on Instagram. I would be super happy to have some inspiration to go from, because right now I am happy with this result right here. This is so far the first choice, but I would like to value some other choices in order to have the most amount of space possible on the body, to have all the details, the seats, the dash, everything working pretty good. I think this is going to be all for today, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of building the body. I would highly recommend you to subscribe to stay updated with the future videos of this project. I did also order a battery for the Rebirth project. As you can see, my first project on this channel. I would highly recommend you to check that out as well. Thank you so much, guys, for staying until the end. I really appreciate you, boys. Leave a comment down below what I should do next with the body, or if you have any feedback on how to create an hinge mount so I can secure the body to the chassis, and then we can move on with the rest of the body. Thank you so much, guys. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.